Yo, killing me with this.
Welcome back to another episode of Lost Aux Media. As always, we love to have you. We got a lot of stuff to talk about in this episode. On today's list, we got Action Bronson, a little smidge of Tony Hinchcliffe. We got a bunch of people talking a lot of shit on Tony. Mostly Shane Gillis, who's supposed to be his best friend. What happened? What happened to that? What happened to that? And then to top it all off, we got Drea de Matteo. That's such a nice rhyming name. We got Drea de Matteo on Not Today, Pal, talking about how her OnlyFans content has changed her life. And there's one spicy thing that she says on that episode. We'll save all that for later that we can get into. That some people might find a little disturbing. Might just be me. I don't know. But getting into it, you know, if you remember, a couple episodes back, we were talking about Action Bronson's workout routine, right? He went to this like Contra LA Sports Club, they called it. It's basically like a really expensive CrossFit place. Like if you really boiled it down, like when you seen the place, I'll show it to you in a second. It was like a fake turf of grass or like little fake turf patch in the middle. People do like football sprints and stuff on it. Not too much actual workout equipment. You know, it was kind of one of those places where people go. It's like physical therapy. It was like physical therapy. Really expensive physical therapy. I mean, that places like that in LA, you're looking at like $8,000 for an afternoon of training or some bullshit like that. Who has that kind of money? Well, my man Action Bronson, of course. And we were talking about that workout and how it really wasn't going to do much for him, you know? I'll give you a little snippet of that.
But the biggest problem I've been having is this. I can't get into a push-up position comfortably.
Really?
I'm also going to tell you something, and I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I forgot to put deodorant on.
I know.
So I'm aware of the offensive-ness. Just want to let you know that.
I think you'll be okay.
Right.
Look at that. If that right there kind of just wrapped up a little bit of like what it was like to work out there, I'll show you guys a little bit more actually. Because that doesn't do it justice. The guy forgot to wear deodorant, you know what I mean? What else is new? But look at these guys are tossing medicine balls around. It kind of looks like they're at like a preschool or some shit like that. Daycare maybe.
No.
They're all skaters. They got.
No.
Look, they got the ball stuck.
Yeah.
You see?
That's regulation. You gonna dunk it? Molotov? I don't think I get done.
See what I'm talking about? It's not too much working out going on here. These are the models of physique where he started his new workout journey because he got fit once before, right? And then he gained it all back off of that fuck that's delicious bullshit. The guy's eating like 6,000 calories an episode, you know what I mean? So I wanted to now talk about, you know, he like I said, the fuck that's delicious. That's what's really holding him back. Cause this guy, he got real fit. Like he was looking actually kind of scary for a little bit. He was looking very muscular, very toned. You could actually like see the definition of his face a little bit. He wasn't this like just chubby, high, fat guy from Brooklyn who just happened to get famous. Like he looked like a person. That's what I'm getting at. And then that show, Fuck That's Delicious, he just eats it all right back. And now he's basically taking like 2 steps forward, one step forward, 2 steps back type situation, right? He's working out, he's burning it, but he's shoving it all back down at the end of the day. He kind of can't get over this addiction that he has to food, you know? That's what's really, really the culprit here. That and willpower, you know? Willpower plays a strong part in this. Excuse me. So now he went from that episode. That was actually an episode of Fuck That's Delicious that we just watched. It's like him trying to turn a new leaf, right? That episode, the working out wasn't working out. Now in this next one, he works out with Joe Rogan, and it is a different beast. I'm going to tell you that right now. Right off the rip, you'll see the comparison of the workouts is night and day, and Action's fucking struggling through it. Watch this shit.
What's what? We're eating, of course. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, I forgot.
Phenomenal. Of course, there's no fucking
Of course, they
training
give you a
without eating.
snippet of the feast.
I just,
You see that? They give you a snippet of the feast that's about to take place
of course,
after.
there's no
Watch
fucking
this.
training without eating.
Look, all that is going right down the gullet right after the workout. So you got that'll give you an idea of what I'm talking about here. He's addicted to the stuff. But now watch it. He's about to touch on the workout routine that he's about to get into. This guy is getting absolutely fucking destroyed the entire workout. Watch this shit.
What's the what?
We're eating, of course.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, phenomenal.
Of course, there's no fucking training without eating. I just got out of the cold plunge. I'm fine. Shout out to.
Ooh, wrong time code. My bad. Here's the comparison to the workout. This is just the warm-up. Watch this.
4. All right, so we did 20 of those. Let's do 20 push-ups, and then we'll do 20 of those again.
You go this fast on your warm-ups?
Yeah.
I like it.
You see that? Action's like, he's fucking sweating. He's like, you go this fast on your warm-ups? He's like, bro, I'm dying over here. He's really fucking going through it. He's trying to play it off. He's like, I like it. I like it. This guy's about to keel over doing this stuff. Joe is not breaking a sweat at all. And you could kind of hear it in Joe's voice. He's like, he's kind of like already kind of fed up with the Action says it. You always do this fast. And Joe knows that he's in for, okay, now I'm in for the stories and the complaining and the bullshit during the workout. He answers him. He goes, yeah. You know what I mean? Listen back to that. It's crazy. Joe already, the warm-up, he's sick of this guy.
20 of those again.
You go this fast on your warm-ups?
Yeah.
I like it.
It just gets you sweaty,
Yeah, I like it.
gets you loose. And usually I'm coming straight from the cold plunge.
Look, Joe, right now, not a bead of sweat on that bald head of his. Action, fucking soaked right now. He's fucking done for. This workout has got him fucked. He's fucking hurting bad. And as they go along, you know, Action starts coming with the stories and the excuses and stuff like that. And Joe kind of he's not really into that kind of shit. You know, Joe's just like, oh man, I'm working out every day. I'm spending like $10,000 a day on my health. You know, I'm getting it done. I'm rich as fuck, goddammit. So when he's around these other people that are like in his workout space, he doesn't want to hear excuses and bullshit. He's working out with David Goggins and shit. This guy's got like fused kneecaps. I don't even understand how that guy's legs bend, goddamn. So Joe, you know, he doesn't like to hear these excuses, but that doesn't stop Action from pumping him out. Check this.
Rolling. I can't keep my weight down. I just can't do it. Garbage.
Yeah.
Not terrible. It's not great.
You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? As soon as he's like, I can't keep my weight down, man. I don't know what's going on here. This is typical addict behavior right here. If you know an addict, you know this behavior. He's like, I just can't keep it down. So, of course, Joe's got a little bit of smarts when it comes to the health, right? The first question he asks him, well, what are you eating? You know, we all see you on Instagram. We know what you're doing. We see you fucking swinging those store hammers and shit. So what are you eating? And right away, he's like, garbage. I'm eating actual garbage from the trash. It's just too damn good, you know? I see a trash can there. I gotta eat that garbage. And Joe's just gonna kind of put up with it, I guess, you know?
You got low at one point, right?
240, 275 right now.
It's probably pasta. Pasta and bread, pizza. All right, last push-up, and then we're good.
So right there, Joe's already kind of like narrowing it down. He's like, I've seen the episodes, man. I know what's going on. You know, you can't eat 2.5 pounds of rigatoni and expect to be looking fly the next day. You know what I mean? And once again, Action's just going to keep coming with more stories. Listen to him. He talks about how this has been like a lifelong journey for him in the gym. None of that is showing on you, my friend. Listen to this.
It inspired me. I was in there working, 13 years old. Guy took me to the Lost Battalion, like, to try and do Olympic lifting. Never worked out. But I've been around the gym for a long time. Like, this is a lifelong journey.
Dude, it's all about food.
You can hear Joe's voice. He's like, right, dude, it's legitimately, it's all about the shit you eat, man. And you, my friend, you're eating a lot of it. A lot of food. This guy is eating a lot of shit. Like, so much goddamn food this guy is eating. And it's every episode. And he's doing these once a week. Now, imagine when he's batch recording these goddamn episodes. Because he's a rapper as well. He's a celebrity. He's traveling and shit. So you probably think there's like a month where he's cramming these episodes in. Like, in a week, he might record like 4 or 5 of them shits, right? So that's 4 nights out of the week this guy is fucking smashing down ass loads of calories. And he might be working them out, you know, to a degree, but how much working out can you do when the calories outweigh the amount of calories you burn from working out at an exorbitant level? What can you do? Do you know what I mean? You're still working on the negative practically. So that this lifelong journey thing, if you had spent your whole life in the gym, we'd know it, my friend. We would know it. We would see it. We would see it. All I'm seeing and hearing are excuses. That's what it sounds like to me, at least. Now listen to Joe's reaction to this. Remember, he right away, he's like, it's all about the food, dude. Right there, let's get that out of the way. It's all about the food.
It is.
It's if you're putting in this much work every day,
There shouldn't be this issue. I should be fucking ripped.
yeah.
I should be ripped. You go from one hands to what?
See,
Then I go-
right there, Joe's like, yeah, you should. You should be fucking completely swole. You should be cock diesel by now. This is crazy. You know what I mean? And once again, the addiction that this guy has on the food, it's insane. Like, so Joe starts talking about, I don't know, like folic acid or something like that, and like the sugar that's in pasta and wheat, and Action, he's like sitting there talking about like, well, it just doesn't hit the same. It doesn't hit the same if it's not made with all the garbage shit, you know? And Joe's like, well, the folic acid and the glycerin, whatever, all that crazy, I don't know, health shit that's in the flour and the wheat. He's like, you stop eating that stuff, you're going to start shaving pounds like crazy. But once again, remember, he's talking to a junkie here. And Action just can't let go of that goddamn garbage flour, garbage sugar, all that shit. Listen to this.
It's all like...
Isn't that the shit that they need when they're pregnant? They fucking give you folic acid?
Yeah, I don't know what they give you when you're pregnant, but folate is what your body
Foliage.
naturally processes. Folic acid is the shit they spray on wheat. When you get like enriched flour, that's what that is. Your body.
See, now Joe right away, he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck you're even saying. Action's clearly talking about a topic that's a little bit out of his league right now, you know? But instead of just like listening and absorbing what Joe's saying and being like, okay, let's figure out how I can apply this in my regular life, right? Instead of doing that, he just wants to try to like have a rebuttal to what Joe's saying to make himself seem like at the same level of smarts on this topic as Joe. You can't do, if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, just don't talk. Just sit there. Listen to the guy. He's literally teaching you how to shave these pounds the fuck off. And you're just not listening, my friend. You're not listening. Now listen to him talk of the level of passion that he has when he talks about the garbage that you need to make cookies. It's quite disturbing.
Your body doesn't know what to do with that. Your body's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, but when you make cookies with the other shit, it don't taste the same.
It doesn't?
It doesn't taste the same.
Really?
It gotta be garbage.
Really?
In America, it has to be like Hector's flour, Pillsbury. When it's made with like fine Italian flour, it just doesn't hit the same.
Really?
It becomes some Italian shit.
Yeah, I like Italian shit.
I like it too, but I want to.
See, Joe right away, he's like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? Like, it's some Italian shit. He's like, this is the stuff that's going to make you lose weight, brother. I'm handing you the keys. You know, but like I said, he's talking to a junkie. The way Action's like, it's not the same. You need the garbage. You need to pull it out of the sewer, and you need a legitimate, actual garbage. It's the only way these cookies are really going to hit home like that. His New York accent throws me the fuck off. It's kind of funny. But let's listen to that again. It's legit. This is like heroin addict level talk, the way he's going about talking about this shit.
Everybody's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, but when you make cookies with the other shit, it don't taste the same.
It doesn't?
It doesn't taste the same.
Really?
You see how he did that? He's like, it doesn't taste the same.
Yeah, but when you make cookies with the other shit, it don't taste the same.
It doesn't?
It doesn't taste.
Look, he's like, it doesn't taste the same. He's so fired up on the subject. He's like, it's not the same. It don't smack like the other shit does. You understand me? You understand what I'm saying to you? Motherfucker. It doesn't slap like the other
The
stuff
same.
does.
It gotta be garbage.
Really?
In America, it has to be like Hector's flour, Pillsbury. When it's made with like fine Italian flour, it just doesn't hit the same.
Really?
It becomes some Italian shit.
Yeah, I like Italian shit.
I like it too, but I want a good old fucking American cookie.
That's
Once
funny.
in a while.
Listen to Joe.
Keebler.
Yeah.
Do you hear Joe? He's like, yeah. Joe is fucking fed up with this shit. Joe's like, yeah, I guess. I mean, whatever the fuck you're saying. Joe's just gonna continue to stay fit. You know what I mean? Action's like sitting there glorifying this like these shitty ingredients to make the perfect American cookie. I think it's safe to say we can all lay off the cookies a little bit. As a country, I think it's safe to say that, you know, everybody's got a little extra. Just a smidge extra. I got a little. I'm not perfect. I got a little smidge. You guys can't see it that well, though. I hide it. I hide it extremely well. And then when I walk down the street, women see that little extra. They give me,
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
they know what's up. There's junk back there. There's fucking junk back there. I'm telling you. If you ever seen me stood up, you'll never see me stand up. But if you ever seen me stood up, woo! Woo!
Yes.
But let's get back to this. So Action's on his junkie shit. He's really on his junkie shit right now. Right? He's talking about the shitty ingredients that you need to make the perfect cookie. And he's got the passion of fire in his voice over this shit. You know, he's really, really talking to Joe as if he wants one of these cookies. And Action knows that right after they get done with this workout, they're going to film a segment over at a barbecue shop. Remember we showed in the beginning, we showed the smorgasbord, the feast. That's going to take place after this. So Action, he's excited as fuck about this. He can't wait to get his hands on some good old-fashioned BBQ, baby. He is fucking ready. And if you listen real close. This is like the last, 5 seconds of the fucking show. Listen to what comes out of Action's mouth. You got to pay attention to it real close. Listen to this.
Ain't easy. Whoa! Yeah. Shit! I'm excited about this fucking barbecue.
Hold up. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? No? Hold on. Let's go back a little bit. Listen real close. You got to listen real close. Listen to how he says this.
Shit! I'm excited about this fucking barbecue.
Boom! I'm excited about this fucking barbecue. Now they're out of the cold plunge. They got all nice, hot, and sweaty. That's going to be Action Bronson's workout for the year. Right there. They got into the cold plunge. Now it's time for the barbecue. That good old-fashioned, sweet American barbecue. Or so you think. They're getting barbecue at Egyptian barbecue. And I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. The barbecue that they got going, that shit looks like it fucking slaps. I'm not going to lie. It looks good as fuck, dude. But we're not talking about the level of quality that of the food they're eating here. We're talking about the amount of food on the plate. That's what we really got to watch out for here. The amount of food on this plate. Like I said, he's filming these fucking Fuck That's Delicious episodes once a week at minimum. At minimum, he's filming them once a week. He's eating this level of food, this amount, this mass of food. He's shoveling it down at least once a week. Remember that. Now, Joe just got done working out with the guy. They're about to go extra hard on this goddamn barbecue. You know what I mean? So let's check this out.
I've been wanting to go to Egypt for years. I'm obsessed with the pyramids.
Yeah.
If I could get in a time machine and go back to any time in human history, I would go back to when they were building the pyramids, when that culture was thriving.
Yeah.
I was like, what did you do?
Yeah.
How did you do this?
Yeah.
How'd you get those stones there?
Yeah.
How'd you cut them so perfectly?
Okay.
And the statues, statues are perfect.
Joe's fucking tripping right now. Joe like legitimately thinks that he's on the Joe Rogan Experience. He's fucking talking this fucking restaurant owner's ear off. This guy's like, bro, that ain't what this is about. Like, yeah, he's probably excited Joe's there. Action Bronson's there. They're celebrities, right? But this is Austin, Texas, baby. There's celebrities all over the place now. Thanks to Joe moving there. All of them, a lot of comedians and celebrities followed that guy. So what he really cares about is the amount of customers that are going to come in after this shit airs. So he's, giving them the old, he's got his fist on his cheek. He's like, yeah. And Joe legitimately thinks he's putting on a podcast right now. And he's like, man, I've been waiting for this shit. Oh, I've been waiting for this shit. Now, I showed you guys the plate, right? And it's just fucking filled with ribs, rack of lamb. They got potato salads. They got fucking ambrosia salad. They got all the fixings on this shit. And they're getting ready to feast. And I was like really honed in on this, almost like mukbang level. I was like watching it with this crazy level of focus. And then my level of focus was broken due to probably one of the laziest ad reads I've ever seen in my... Normally, I don't like talk shit about the ad reads. I don't even watch ads. I'm not a big watching of the ads kind of guy. You know what I mean? And there's a reason for that. It's because I think that a lot of shit looks cool. And then I'm very impulsive. I start looking on Amazon for shit. I'm broke, I don't buy everything, but I get real twitchy on the trigger finger when it comes to seeing ads on stuff that looks kind of cool, you know what I mean? So I try to stay away from watching these things. I normally skip them, but every now and then I might be doing something while listening to a podcast and the ad gets me. I'm not at the computer or my phone's over there. I can't get to it right away. I end up getting hit with the ad. And when I heard him reading this ad, I was like flabbergasted. I was like, I can't believe somebody actually paid Action Bronson money to read this ad. Watch this.
At this point, I'm sure you've heard of H-Sleep. I heard Joe talk about this H-Sleep, and I texted him to see how he likes it. That's how we got here. They make what they call the Pod, which is a thermo-regulated mattress cover.
Look, listen to... Are you hearing the level of enthusiasm he has in his voice? It doesn't exist. He probably got paid, I don't know, $20,000, $30,000 to read this ad. You know what I mean? And that's how he's reading it. Look at his face when he's reading this ad. He looks high as fuck right now. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but buddy, you're trying to get people to buy a product called 8 Sleep. It's supposed to like rejuvenate you, right? Help you get better sleep. You're reading it like you haven't slept a day in your life. Watch his face when he reads it.
I heard Joe talk about this 8 Sleep, and I texted him to see how he likes it. That's how we got here. They make what they call...
Look at this. He looks so fucking crazy. Look at his face.
That's how we got here.
Look. This guy he's ready to fucking zonk the fuck out. He's ready to zonk the fuck out. And wait until you hear the other stuff. He's like, it's helped me with my body, my mind, and my spirit. Once again, he's reading it like he's tired as fuck.
Here, they make what they call the pod, which is a thermo-regulated mattress cover. It cools down or warms up each side of your bed. Just like working out, eating barbecue. Joe and I both have
all that
the newest version of the
God
pod,
damn.
Pod 4. I love to get a good night's rest. Since the Pod 4, I've seen an up spike in my dancing ability.
Did I just hear that right? Hold up.
Night's rest. Since the Pod 4, I've seen an up spike in my dancing ability.
What? This guy's... That's it. This is the perfect product for you folks. This guy has seen an up spike in his dancing abilities. He's saying it. I don't know. It might just be me. I might just be very critical right now, right? I think it's bullshit though. You getting paid money for this, man. You getting paid money for this. You reading it like it's like a burden to you, which it probably is. It's called work, motherfucker. We all got to do it.
Reading ability, my comprehension skills, my problem solving. The Pod 4 slips over your mattress.
I'm going to go back. You trying to tell me this guy, he's convincing you that this product has actually helped him with his problem-solving skills? This guy has never solved the problem.
Seen an up spike in my dancing ability, my reading ability, my comprehension skills, my problem solving. The Pod...
This guy, I got to be tripping. Since I got the mattress, I've seen an uptick in my reading and my dancing, my problem-solving abilities. I've seen it. He looks bored out of his goddamn mind for that shit is wild, bro. Like to me, I'm sorry. That just if my product was the product being advertised, I would have paid money for that. I would have been fucking pissed. I would have been pissed. He would have sent that shit back to me for review. I would have been like, what the fuck are you even sending me? Take it back. I don't want this shit. We need people to buy this thing. Why don't you use it, get a good night's sleep, then do the ad read over, send it back to me. Then we'll talk. Then I'll pay you. It's crazy. But watch now. Getting back to the fact that Action can work it all off, but he's going to eat it all back on, right? In this episode, the boys are starting to get real hungry. Real hungry. Watch this.
Just my entire life.
Ooh, look at that.
You know how you test a good brisket?
Tell me.
Put it on your finger like that. It should bend on its own weight, but it should not break apart.
Really?
If it breaks apart, it's overcooked. It should hold up to its own weight, and it should just pull with the slightest, just break.
Look, that, I'm not going to lie, that I actually never knew. And that really schooled me on something. In case you missed that, what the guy was saying just there, he's saying, to know how you got a really nicely cooked piece of brisket, it's got to rest on your finger, right? It's got to it can't be stiff. It's got to rest on its own weight, maybe balance it on your finger, whatever you got to do to balance it. It's got to rest on its own weight, but it's got to not fall apart. It can't fall apart off of its own weight. But if it's not resting, if it's a little, it's not bending on its own weight, it's undercooked. If it rips apart, it's overcooked. He's saying it should pull apart with the slightest of ease, baby. The slightest of ease. Now, this really taught me something here. Because I've been eating a lot of shitty brisket. It seems like every piece of brisket I've ever eaten is just falling apart. It's like you pick it up, it's all over the goddamn place. Now, watch what Action does when he sees that this guy is about to, take the brisket and go chop it up and put it in some other dish or something like that. Watch this.
But with the slightest one. This is how.
Don't waste that.
You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Hup. Watch your fingers. Watch your fingers. Look, this guy's about to lose a couple digits off of that goddamn brisket. Holy shit. Holy shit. This is the stuff of nightmares. Hold on. Let me see if I can do that in slow-mo. Playback speed. Let's go to half, right? Let's see up close and personal. Let's see this guy. Really dig into that. Look at Joe's mouth.
The brisket is the only thing here that we don't do a lot of change.
Stop. That was truly terrifying. I'm sorry. That was Jesus Christ. Let me change back the playback speed. That was I wish I had control over the lights and everything from where I'm sitting. I would have really put us in the fucking in the moment there. We would have got real creepy with that one. But now watch this, the whole spread. This guy is making them one of everything, you know? And normally people, because obviously the guy, he wants you to taste everything. He wants you to see what this place is really all about from top to bottom. But normally these restaurateurs or these guys, they'll do like a tasting portions, you know, for these kinds of things. Oh, you have a little bit of this, a couple slices of brisket, a couple slices of chicken, here's some sausage. No. This restaurant owner sees these two fucking behemoths walking through the door and he knows what fucking time it is. He makes them full portions of everything. That by the time he's finished, he's got like a Flintstones level fucking dish of food ready for these guys to devour the whole goddamn thing. If you think that they're not gonna, you got another thing coming, baby.
Perfect.
I'm gonna make you guys a whole spread of everything we have here in the truck. There's some fried halloumi cheese.
Is this ambrosia salad? You're getting it all over the floor.
I'm gonna clean it later.
It's his first day.
Salad.
Look at that.
Felony.
Full portion.
And they even drink the juice.
All full portion.
It's exciting stuff. What is that, beets?
What is that,
Our
beets?
potato salad was made with a beet puree.
Ooh.
Joe is excited, boy. He's not as excited as Action Bronson is, but he is excited. So now these guys, they're really, really getting hungry. I'm not gonna lie, I would be too. If I was sitting there watching this guy cook up all this food, I'd fucking be starving. I'd be like, dude, come on. We need to make what he eats, baby. But here's the thing, I'm not as big as Action Bronson. I'm not doing these fuck that's delicious workout episodes. You don't see me vlogging in the gym, goddammit. So we gotta take it down on the portions. And watch how Action reacts to this guy slicing up these ribs. He doesn't even let him get to the fucking platter. Watch this shit.
Ribs. Excuse me 1 second. Can you see that for a second?
Can you see that?
These are
Can you see that for a
pomegranate
second?
glazed pork ribs.
Can you see that for
Yeah,
a
we
second?
season them.
Look, that's insanity. That's insane. That's when you know it's bad, folks. He's like, can I see that for a second? Can you excuse me? I'm just and he's trying to play it up like to be funny about it. What we are witnessing when we see that are the struggles of a desperate man. This is a guy really fighting with his weight, not only on the outside, but on the inside. And he's trying to cope with it through humor. You know? Instead of just being a fat fuck and just sticking his whole hand on that fucking cutting board and ripping every single one of those ribs off and fucking shoveling them down his throat, he wants to mask it with humor. He's like, oh, excuse me. Can I get one of those? He's really putting in the work to get that fucking, to get a little laugh to soften the blow of everybody being like, bro, we're about to eat in like fucking 5 seconds, dude. Just wait. Just wait. Please. And it's it's insane, the amount of food these guys are throwing down. And look, you live your life, Action. Who am I? I'm a nobody. But if you want to, get back to that skinnier version of Action Bronson that you once knew, you got to cut out some of these fuck that's delicious episodes, my man. That's the only way that we're going to really get through here. You know what I mean? So now who do we got next? Who can we talk about next, Yeah. Yes, of course. We have Shane Gillis dissing Tony Hinchcliffe. I love seeing compilation videos like this. It's not necessarily like news or anything like that, but I like seeing like these little compilation style videos because I really just don't like Tony Hinchcliffe. Kind of lame, if you ask me. He's not funny. He's clearly gay. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but, you know, be honest with us. Be honest with yourself first and foremost, you know. And he's one of those celebrity comedians that he's really corny because he flaunts all of the wealth and the stuff that's happening to him. He like goes really out of his way to flaunt it, you know. Wait until you hear the deal that we got with Netflix. Oh my God. I was a killer at the roast. I came out. I was a dog. I might cut some of those clips in here. I don't got them off the top of the notes right now, but you know. And the last time I had seen Tony on a podcast that wasn't his own, Kill Tony. It's a fucking shit show. Kill Tony's so lame. Last time I seen him on a podcast that wasn't Kill Tony, he was on Two Bears, One Cave with Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer. And the whole time, this was right after the Tom Brady roast, he was shitting all over these guys. And he was mentioning how good of friends he's becoming with Shane Gillis. Him and Shane Gillis are going around the town drinking. Shane is my best friend. Oh, we got so lit up last night. It was a riot. Oh. And Tom and Bert have to sit there and fucking swallow this shit because they had dog shit sets on that roast. Comparatively speaking to Tony, they had dog shit sets on there, and everybody was loving on Tony shit. Whatever it is. He's using rewritten jokes from old roasts, but that's just me. But when I saw this compilation of Shane just really fucking shitting on Tony, couldn't help but laugh my ass off. Listen to some of this. This is very deep cuts right here that Shane's delivering.
Here's the thing. Tony for real thought he was going to be the Joker. You ever see the movie The Joker? It was a dream of his. He does the laugh sometimes in front of his friends. And they told me this when he wasn't around, and they all make fun of him behind his back. Isn't that funny? As soon as he left the room, they were all like, dude, he keeps going.
That right there is some weirdo shit, I'm telling you. Could you imagine one of your friends doing that? Just like, actually, one of your friends who's, I mean, this guy, that's just so insane. I have to like actually gather myself here. Like, imagine if one of your friends, their dream was to like be a character from a movie that doesn't exist in the real world. You know, that's crazy. Send them to the loony bin. That's insanity right there. Now imagine your friend saying it out loud. You know what I mean? The scenario I was just painting was like you read their diary or something like that. You happen to find out. Imagine them being vocal about it. Imagine if your best friend came up to you and said, I want to be Casper the Friendly Ghost from the movie. You know, at that point, you hand them a gun and you help them actually become Casper the Friendly Ghost. You know, it's time for them to check out. You say some stupid shit like that. Now imagine that same friend actually walking around the house acting like a ghost, going, ooh, from like around the corner, trying to freak you out. Now, that's basically what Tony's doing. Shane's sitting here talking about how Tony's dream is to become the Joker. And how he'd be hanging around the green room trying to laugh like the Joker from the movie. Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. I'm calling the cops if I was one of the comics in that room, I'm calling the police. Because the only thing I would think that he would do after that, he's probably pulling out a gun. He's probably going to fucking spray this goddamn green room down, baby. That's... Because what are you, just maniacally laughing for no reason? I don't know. Let's listen to more Shane talking shit.
Isn't it such an embarrassing dream to have? What a dumb fuck. He believes he could be the Joker.
I haven't had a vodka cranberry in 20 years. Ric Flair made
What
me
is
have
it,
like
your
8.5 earlier. Yeah.
What is it, your
it's
period?
Ric Flair's drink of choice. By the way, you're drinking the gayest beer of all time, Shane. Shut the fuck up.
You're gay. You're literally gay.
No,
You're literally gay. I love that. You're literally gay. You're actually a gay dude. And look at everybody. Everybody's loving it. Look at them all. Oh, look at them all fucking dying, dude. Tony trying to cover it up with some laughter. Get out of here, bitch.
Hello, Lewis.
Hello.
Lewis.
Hey, Louis.
How are you?
Louis J.
J. Gomez.
Fucking genius. Let's go. I want to scroll ahead a little bit. There's this one right here. This one's really fucking funny. Shane's about to just completely deliver the deepest cut that Tony could ever possibly receive. He goes on to talk about how Tony had a Corvette with a novelty license plate that said "I roast" on it. Why? Because he was a writer for the roasts, for the Comedy Central roast. What the fuck? That'd be like if your uncle, who was a carpenter, had a novelty license plate that said "I build." Slash all 4 tires. You know what I mean? There's just nobody needs to see some stupid shit like that. Let's listen to this.
Tony also, I believe, had a Corvette with a license plate that said "I roast." I can't believe people are calling this guy gay, dude. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I roast.
Let's listen to this. Listen to this part.
Is that true? Damn, that sucks.
Look, he got the confirmation from Tony. Is that actually true? Like you actually like did that shit? You know what I mean? That's classic Tony roasting. He doesn't get enough of this shit. And the last time I heard of somebody roasting him is actually on an episode of Redbar. I was watching Redbar once, and they were never watched. I've literally only watched that show once. All right. And I saw they actually edited out like a whole section where like they pulled somebody's name for Kill Tony. They got on stage to do their minute. The guy roasted Tony the whole minute. The crowd fucking loved it, went crazy. Tony had Redband edit that shit right out the episode. That was a good episode of Redbar. I've never seen another episode. That was the only episode of Redbar I've ever seen in my entire life. It's funny, I was looking at some of the comments on the videos. You get a lot of people in there. They notice the setup. They hear the sound effect, right? All right, we'll calm down on the sound effect. And I see the comments of, what is this, Redbar on Wish? What? You're not Redbar. Get your own shtick. Stop copying Redbar. I got one thing to say to anybody who has anything to say about us copying Redbar. One thing to say. Moving on, we're going to Not Today, Pal. We got Drea de Matteo, right? Drea de Matteo. She had her start was on The Sopranos. That was one of the bigger roles. That was her most well-known role. She played cousin Chris's girlfriend. And then she was also Jax's druggy baby mama in Sons of Anarchy. And she's played in a couple other things and other stuff like that. Not stuff that I've seen. But more recently, she's been known for having like an OnlyFans that's been like really killing it lately, you know? And she's always remained good friends with the two hosts of the podcast, Not Today, Pal. Not Today, Pal. Oops, wrong button. So that Not Today, Pal is hosted by Jamie Lynn Sigler and Rob Eiler. They were the children. They were Tony's kids in The Sopranos. And that podcast, I'm not normally into. I don't normally watch episodes of this. This is Drea de Matteo's appearance on Not Today, Pal. That still wasn't really enough to get me to like watch this show. Because when they first started doing it, it was only like a half an hour long. If you're producing a podcast that's a half an hour long, kill yourself. What are you doing? Hour minimum. We need an hour minimum. You scroll through the Spotify, you see these podcasts that are like named something stupid like VO entrepreneur or some shit like that. Voiceover entrepreneur. Guy has like 16-minute episodes. You see other podcasts that are about like finance or trading. It's like 10-minute episode. Your podcast needs to be at least an hour. People are trying to listen to this shit at work, dude. And that's why I originally didn't really get into Not Today, Pal. But I saw a clip from this episode on X where it talked about Drea de Matteo's OnlyFans and how her children edit her content. That was wild shit. So I had to give this episode a listen, right? Like you hear, oh, her children are editing her OnlyFans. That's fucked up enough, right? You know, it was kind of crazy. But then after watching the episode, I saw how horny Rob was getting over the fact that she even has an OnlyFans. And he was getting really worked up over that shit. Like the whole episode, he increasingly got hornier and hornier. It's kind of fucking wild here. So let's get into some of these time codes and we'll give it a listen.
Don't worry, you're good, you're fine, you're not going to get foreclosed on. And they foreclosed on me. Wow. And when I went to pay the money back, I realized that I was paired up with all these different insurance policies that weren't even paying my insurance. $80,000 a year policy, a $50,000 per year policy that are not even covering my home.
Ooh, so right now, she's talking about how she kind of fell into a rut after her little stint of acting that she had, all those roles I talked about prior. And she was at the point to where she was getting ready to lose her house. And basically she's going to arrive to the point of how like OnlyFans saved her house, really got her back on her financial, financial track or whatever you want to call it. She just got back on track financially. Sorry. And she's like saying, oh, I had all these insurance policies on my house. I didn't even know what the fuck they were doing. Like, I had no idea how you could get that lost in your finances. I guess if you're super rich. I've never been super rich. If you're super rich, I mean, I guess anybody asked you if you want to take out any kind of policy, you're just like, yeah, sure. You forget you have it or something. You're spending so much money because you're making so much money. I don't know. Maybe that's how these people live. I couldn't live like that. I would know what my insurance policies did, but she somehow didn't. And she's talking about how she's getting ready to get foreclosed on, everything like that. Instead of Rob listening to her, this guy just decides to pitch an ad to her right in the middle of the goddamn story. He's like, yo, we got a product for you that's it's perfect. Watch, listen to this guy is off his nut.
What were they?
What were they covering? They were like leftover policies that I'd pulled out of, like just weird. And then when you're tied into a mortgage company, before you can dispute it all, you're in foreclosure. Yeah. So I went to a family member and I said, yo, can you help me? My house flooded at the same time. The house fucking flooded.
We have a sponsor who tracks all the apps you're subscribed to and like that you pay every month, and they let you know, like, hey, you remember that you could probably use them.
Oh yeah. Wait, what is that?
You know, like if you're like, let's say you have Netflix, Hulu, this, that, and like, let's say there's some service that you got a year ago that you forgot that you have. It like tells you all of the services that you have. Rocket Money.
Look at that right there is fucking priceless to me. Look at these guys' faces. Every single one of them looks like they just discovered fire. Look at Drea de Matteo. Every single one of them looks like they just got done unlocking the secrets of the fucking universe right now. Now, the reason why I stopped it right there and why I'm talking shit about this point in particular is, just like I said about the Action Bronson ad, these guys get paid money for this shit, right? How much do you believe in a product that you're shilling to your audience and you don't even know the fucking name of it? You have no idea. And he's trying to pitch this shit to her, like as if this is going to fix her financial. You've never even used the shit. You don't know what it's called. But it's good enough for her, right? That shit is wild to me. Like, if that's why I don't like ads. I mean, eventually this show is probably gonna have ads, right? Because I'm not gonna. I don't have enough money to host it all myself. And nowadays, people don't like shit that's behind paywalls. I mean, let's just get real here. If it ain't free, it's not for me. That's pretty much everybody's motto, and I don't blame them. I'm the same way. So eventually, you know, we'll probably have ads on this show. I could not imagine accepting an ad for a product that I had knew nothing about, to sell it to the people that then listen to me, and what, they can figure out whether the product's good or not? No, that's so fucked. That's so fucked. The day somebody sees an ad for something like fucking Rocket Money on this bullshit, write me an email personally. I'll give you the channel. I'll give you the fucking channel. There's no way I would accept an ad for something that I knew nothing about, let alone a product that I did not know the name of. That's asinine to me. But we're getting a little bit beside the point, right? We're here for the OnlyFans. We're here to see Drea de Matteo in a bikini.
You nasty looking slut.
That's really what we're here for, right? So, and that's what Rob is here for. I ended up finding out from this episode, Rob has had a crush on her like since he was a kid on the show. You know, she started coming around to do scenes with that Chris. Oh boy, Rob was getting real tight in the boxers, if you know what I'm saying, boy. And she knows it. She knows how much Rob has the hots for, and she knows the YMH audience. And they start trying to talk about serious stuff, and she pivots right back to OnlyFans. And Rob's not upset about it. You're going to see Rob's going to start getting increasingly more horny as this episode goes along. Yeah. Watch her pivot. They're trying to talk about something serious. Watch her right back.
People on YouTube, you know what I mean? Like the people where like if you're not signed into YouTube and you just open a random YouTube, like those people on that page, like they're trained to be able to, like, anything you say, like morph it into some weird thing where it's almost like this, they hypnotize you back into being like, no, and they're saying something and you're like, instead of being like, hey, you didn't just answer my question, most people go, oh, I feel good right now. Like you're making me feel secure and safe, and you know, it's you know.
Anyway, back to OnlyFans.
Oh
That was my
God.
American.
Look at. Watch how she pivots and then look at her face right after this.
You know.
Anyway, back to OnlyFans.
Right into the camera. She knows what she's doing. She knows the audience that she's talking to, and she knows she's going to make an assload of money after this episode comes out, goddammit. She's going to make a killing. We're talking feet pics. We're talking asshole pics. The whole nine, bitch. The whole fucking nine. It's the amount of money she's going to make off of this is insane. Now, Rob is sitting there trying to talk to her about how, like, the people that you see on, like, the average YouTube home screen, how they're, like, NPCs. They're almost like politicians trained to say, like, nothing to make themselves look bad, right? And she wants to pivot right back to OnlyFans. Listen.
That was my American dream. That was my way to free myself from the insanity of what was happening. And then I put a picture of myself up in a bikini. I've never. If you look at my Instagram, there's no selfies. There's no bikini shots. I mean, only.
Did you hear that? Hold up. I almost like missed that. It took me a second to pause. I had to like process that in my head and then react to it. Listen to Rob. He's like, she starts talking about how she posted a pic in a bikini. Rob's in the background like, hell yeah, dude. When she listen to that, I almost missed that.
I put a picture of myself up in a bikini. I've never. If you look at my Instagram,
look. She starts smirking. She's like, did this guy just fucking really say that shit right now? Buddy, you're getting on some real sus shit right now. We're walking a real tight line. Let's keep that tight, okay? Let's keep it nice and tight, all right?
there's no selfies. There's no bikini shots. I mean, only in the last, I don't know, however long I've had this OnlyFans page. Oh, no, it's not even a year.
Wow.
I did it a year ago. I did it in August.
Look at Rob. Look at the level of focus he has right now. He really wants to see them fucking tits. This guy has lost his way. I'm telling you. He is so honed in on this. The story that she's telling and how she's all in on this OnlyFans stuff now, right? Now, remember I told you Rob starts getting increasingly hornier as this episode's going on. And we're only just getting started. He hasn't even hit maximum horniness. We haven't even gotten there yet. We're getting there, but he hasn't even hit maximum horniness yet. Now, they continuously talk about the OnlyFans. Now we're like 6 minutes past the timeline that we were just at. And like I said, every time they try to move on to a serious subject, we're going right back to OnlyFans. But listen, during this time, Drea de Matteo says something. Or no, actually, Rob outs something that maybe she didn't want everyone to hear. And the way that they nonchalantly talk about this is very disturbing. Listen to this.
For fun, since to give people a taste of what your OnlyFans is like, we can't show the pictures here, but can you show us some of the best pictures and we'll get our reaction? You have them on there, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, do you want me to pick up? Want me to get some of the girls?
Yeah, let's see what's going on here. Let's go the best.
Do you guys know who?
Look, now Rob is really, really locking in. He starts adjusting himself. You know what I mean? His posture's getting straighter. He's arching his back a little bit because he wants to lean more in on the table, and he wants to really like base himself to see these pictures. It's very crazy, Now she's going through her phone. Dre is going through her phone, and she's like, "Yeah, do you want to see the pic? I got some with this other girl who does OnlyFans. Might be a little racy, but maybe we could show them on the show. I don't know. Maybe it's your guys' call." Now listen, Rob starts getting real riled up, and then he drops the bomb.
Do you guys watch The Housewives?
Yes.
I don't watch any
Yes.
of them, so I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you know who Leah McSweeney is? Okay.
Oh, you're doing girl
My
on girls.
tiki
You're
torch
doing
queen.
You're doing girl on girl collabs.
Yes, because
we are switching this pot up. Okay, let's get
the blackjack.
You see that? You see how Rob is adjusting himself? Like, remember I said he was adjusting himself before. Now he's really locking in. Because when you start to, look, maybe women don't know this. All men know this. You start to get a boner, right? You start pitching a tent down there. Shit starts getting real tight in the pants. The next thing you know, your balls are stuck in this crease in the pants, and now they're jamming up against your thigh because shit's really start getting tight. Your pants are getting pulled because you're rock solid down there. You're rock solid. So you have to adjust. You have to make the adjustments. You know what I mean? You always see me making the adjustments. I'm not even pitching tents. Half the time I'm sitting on my balls, goddammit. I got to fix myself. Now this guy's pitching tents. He's really got to fix himself. He's got to get locked in. He hears that girl on girl. Now it's really on. Now Drea, she starts talking about her kid. They're outside listening. This is YMH Studios. Of course, Tom, he's stealing audio tips from Jamie Fernan. Joe's producer. At Joe's studio, when somebody leaves the room, they can still hear everything that everybody at the podcast is saying. So this Drea de Matteo's kids right now are sitting in the lobby. They're listening to the whole episode. They can hear all the talk about the feet, all the talk about the assholes, all the talk about the guys that are fapping on a daily basis to their sweet, sweet mummy. They hear it all. So she starts apologizing for it, right? Now listen to what Rob says after she apologizes.
Back in Alabama, my kids are out there. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry,
wait,
but they know.
They know who their
Before
mama
you
is.
start, your son was outside saying he edits your OnlyFans photos.
Oh yeah, he's like, so what do you?
What the fuck? That's the bomb. That right there is the bomb. Dude, when I heard that, I was like taking a sip of the coffee, I almost spit it out. It was like cartoon level. Almost did the whole 9. when I heard that. Because that's fucked up on so many different levels. You know what I mean? There's only two ways that could have came about. He either asked her or she asked him, right? Because she starts talking, like, he shouldn't even know. You know, for one, I mean, really, if you're a mother, this might sound conservative. If you're a mother, shouldn't have your asshole spread online. That's me. That's just me. You know what I mean? If my mom, I'm so happy I didn't grow up in the internet era. Like, I did, but not in, like, my formative years. The internet really started popping, like, after I graduated high school already. You know, OnlyFans, 20 years later, baby. It wasn't even a thing. Wasn't even a thought when I was growing up. Thank God. Because if my mom would have came to me like this, I would have locked her in a basement. So if my mom would have came to me and said that she was doing OnlyFans, I would have locked her ass in a basement. You would have never heard from her again. You're crazy to hear that from your own mother. So she's trying to be transparent about it. I guess now it's 2024. We're living in the internet era. Like, we're truly in it. So I guess, you know, maybe it is cool to be transparent about it as a parent, if you are going to actually do it. I don't think it's cool that you do it, but if you're going to do it, I guess be upfront about it, right? Because that kid's going to find out. And it might be from you, or it might be from the 10 kids that are jacking off to his mom in class, all masking that by making fun of him. You know what I mean? You know, he's going to find out. But now what makes it even weirder is after he found out, one of you had came up with the idea for him to edit the photos. That's strange enough, right? Right? Am I wrong here? Is that not strange enough? Now, let's go to Google. Let's see how old these kids are. Drea de Matteo. Children. Age. Look, now her kid is 16 years old. One of them's 16, one of them's 13. That means that they're minors, my friend. They're fucking minors. You cannot have these minors editing your fucking OnlyFans content, let alone your minor children. Like, this is fucking... This is madness. This is insane. I couldn't even believe it when I heard it. So now think, she's had this for a year. So the kid was probably 15. And who knows, it might not even be the 16-year-old. It might be the 13-year-old. I don't fucking know. Point in case, she's got a minor editing her OnlyFans content. That's very strange stuff. And this does not deter Rob in the fucking slightest. They're getting horny as shit. They keep talking about, they want to share the OnlyFans photos. They want to put them on the screen. Drea's trying to find him in her Google Drive. Rob's getting real angry. He's like, come on, man. We really got to make with these photos. Drea starts talking about, like, how much she actually shares with her kids about this OnlyFans endeavor that she's got going on. That shit is not for the faint of heart. Listen to this.
Girl, that's great.
So
That's
do you
me.
make money only on new subscriptions?
I think I do better. No, messages and subscriptions.
So do
I'll
they
DM
request what they want?
everybody. Yes. I'll get customs like Cameo.
Got it.
What's the
I don't
craziest
mind.
request you ever got?
When people want like a 3-minute foot video. To me, that's weird.
They want you like eating pasta with your feet?
No, it's when they give you a time for
Like
the
a
video.
specific amount. Oh, so that they
I'm
can
like,
jerk
I love
off.
how
Like, that's what weird.
Ooh, all right. So, very disturbing stuff. So now Drea starts talking about the weirdest request that she gets from fans, right? This is very interesting stuff. The weirdest request that she gets from fans is they want like timed videos of her, right? They want her to like play with her feet or do some shit, but they want it for like a certain amount of time. Excuse me. Now, at first, when I was listening to this, I don't know about OnlyFans, man. If I'm watching porn, it's for free, man. I'm not paying for somebody's bullshit. You can find anything online. You can find a lot of these OnlyFans people online. Why are you going to pay for this shit? It makes no sense. So she's talking about the weirdest request she gets is like guys pay for her to do like timed videos, right? And at first I didn't realize what the significance behind that was. Then Jamie, she says that it's because that's how long it's going to take for the guys to get off. Now, this is very disturbing information to learn, right? And I'm sure Drea found it out very quickly. But what she says after talking about finding out this information is very sus.
Weirds us out.
So you're gonna.
They know how much time it's going to take for them to get off.
And me and my son,
wow,
the
you're
kids,
smart.
like
That says a lot about Cutter.
We
3
laugh
minutes,
about that shit.
Look, this is. Did you hear this? Did you hear this? Listen to what she says. She says, me and the kids, we laugh over the fact that these guys are asking for timed videos for them to jerk off to. We laugh about it. I tell the kids that I'm getting these videos and that I tell them the reasons why I'm getting these videos. We all sit around and we have a good old-fashioned laugh about it. This is not the type of shit that we need to be hearing about your minor son. The kid's a minor. Now, wait until you see the photos of what this kid has to edit. Like, and it's the photos that you're gonna see on the podcast, they're not the raciest photos. They can't show that stuff on YouTube. But imagine the stuff that this kid does have to edit. These are not even all that racy. I would never want to see my mom in this situation. Not even fucking once. You couldn't pay me for that shit. Rob sees these photos. He's all fucking, damn, son, where'd you find...
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Rob's going crazy over him. The kid's in the lobby hearing his mom talk about all this. I could only imagine, if you're willing to make the edits on these photos, I could only imagine what's going through his head right now. You know? But the photos that he's probably seen so much shit. Watch, look at these photos.
It doesn't matter if it's edited. We're not showing you're just showing the two of us.
Okay, here.
Okay. Oh.
All right, guys.
Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my Lanta. Imagine if your mom handed you this photo to fucking edit of her. Imagine this shit. Like, I'm getting skeeved out even listening. Just even fucking picturing that. Imagine. Look at the rest of them.
Oh, that's so pretty.
This is
Look
great
at
for the audio listeners.
There really is a naked one in here.
We'll edit
so
for
I can't.
audio.
Okay,
Imagine, dude.
That's beautiful.
No. Look at this one.
Hold my
Staring right into the goddamn asshole of another woman. Your 16-year-old son has to edit this shit. You're crazy off your goddamn mind. Send this bitch away, dude. She has got to go. She has got to go. There's no way in hell. What is wrong with people nowadays? Like, I don't even have kids, so I really kind of can't conceptualize the relationship between a kid and their parents, like, fully, you know? I could imagine it. I had a parent, you know, I was the kid. But I couldn't imagine being, like, the parent, right? And how the dynamic that relationship plays, you know, in both lives, yours and theirs. But I would imagine if I was a parent, I could not ask my kid to do anything like this. Imagine picture if that was a guy. Picture if that was Adam 22. Picture that. Picture if Adam 22 was on here. He's like, me and my girl, we're out. I'm out there smashing puss. I'm getting puss left and right. As soon as I get all that raw footage, I send it right over to my daughter. She chops it all up. Next thing you know, we're making a killing on OnlyFans. Imagine if that was said. The stir that it would cause on the internet. Like, this is not off the wall shit to be thinking about here. Like, if the shoe was on the other foot, oh man, people would be having a field day with that shit. But hey, we can't change the world, right? All we can change is how we react to it. Thanks again for joining us at Lost Aux Media. We always love to have you. Make sure to catch us at youtube.com/@LostAuxMedia. That's youtube.com/@LostAuxMedia. Every Wednesday, YouTube episodes go up at 4 p.m. And every Wednesday at 5 a.m., you can catch the audio episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and anywhere else you catch your podcasts. Until next time, thanks for watching.
And hold my fart like a bong rip.